Oh, hello everybody, welcome back. How have you been? How have you been, Fred Gang? How you been getting on? It's going to be probably a bit of a short one today because my computer has been playing up, let me tell you. It's completely forgot that my keyboard existed for a while, so that was nice. And I was worried we were going to have to stream today without a keyboard, and I was going to have to like go up and click edit undo every time I wanted to control Z anything, which would have been a pain in the arse, but I've managed to fix it. I just don't know how permanent of a fix that will be. So yeah, could be a bit of a short one today, and I don't know how much of this we're going to get done on this stream. As you can see, I have done some work on it since last stream. Chat, and I didn't show you that, so I'm sorry about that. But essentially I've just done another pass with some pencils to sort of neaten up some of the line work a little bit, and it just wasn't very interesting to show you. So I didn't stream it, but today essentially we're going to go through and correct some of the stuff here, get it ready for inking, because there's some stuff that I want to tweak and that, and then maybe start some inking. We'll see. Fridge Gang, sorry, I just joined. What were you saying? I was just saying that basically I've done a little bit of work on this since last time, which I didn't stream, but essentially I've just done another pass to neaten up some of the pencils, and we're going to go in today and fix some of the mistakes or some of the things that need a bit of tweaking, and then we'll try and start inking it. What are we drawing today? Saturday Night's Round 2 Electric Boogaloo. Exactly, that's exactly right, Adam. How are you, by the way? Doing alright? I hope so. Let me find this. I think it was the non-faux blue pen that I was using before, or a pencil rather. Yeah, it was, yeah. But it was a red version. And before that I was saying that my computer has been playing up and not registering my keyboard. So if that happens again, it could be game over for this stream, because I don't want to have to Photoshop without my keyboard. Was I using it on dissolve mode? There's no way. No, I can't have been using this pencil. It simply isn't possible, chat, that I was using this pencil. Good, my man. All the better for watching the stream. Oh my god. You flatter me. Thanks. We definitely need to do another, oh, it was this one. Another, draw off. Maybe at the weekend if you're free. give the people what they want, you know. Yeah, that looks like about the right pen that I was using. I mean, it's not that important. Okay, first thing I want to change is this face. I want to give it a bit more expression. I think essentially it's this needs more of a up tilt. This needs to be more angry as well. Like that. Bring this up maybe. Always better for watching the stream. Yes, draw off soon. Draw off sounds good. I'm sure we can work out a date for it. Yeah, man. Would be good, wouldn't it? How's everybody doing in the Fridge Gang today? What have you all been up to so far today? I've not been up to much, I'll be honest. Fixing my my computer problems. That's basically been my day thus far. I feel like this mustache is too far out as well. Far out, man. What? That's better. Dun, dun. Bum, 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 bum. I don't really know what else I want to do here before we start inking this. Oh yeah, that was something else I wanted to do. Let's fix this helmet situation over here. I'm making lunch and just doing another page of my book. Nice. Is this the football thing? What team are we doing today? If it is. And what was wrong with my computer? Just like I said before, like it wasn't connecting, wasn't picking up my keyboard. And basically it's a Bluetooth keyboard, right? So when you connect it, you go into your Bluetooth and you go, okay, click on this, and it gives you a pin to type in on the keyboard, and then you type that pin in on the keyboard, and so it knows that that's the keyboard that you want to connect with that computer. I'm resting after walking for 5 miles. Oh my god, 5 miles! Wow. Yeah. It gives you a pin to type in, but it wasn't giving me the pin to type in. It was just like type in the pin, and then it would come up with a type box where even if I typed on here, it wouldn't type. But I could bring up the on-screen keyboard and type in. But I didn't know what pin to type in because it hadn't given me a pin or anything. So anyway, I went to Reddit. And some absolute hero had the same problem and solved it and told me how to solve it. And I did. And here we are. But yeah, walking 5 miles, that's, wow. That's great work. Well done. Where have you been walking? Greenock Morton. I've never heard of that either. I've been paid to do it, so I don't care who I'm drawing. Nice. Greenock Morton. I don't know, is that a non-league team? No, I've not heard of them either. They could be League 1 or 2 actually. I don't know that much about those leagues. Basically, chat, I want to give myself as little to think about as possible when I'm inking. Just want to make it like So I'm literally just tracing over what I've already got, basically. Nobody's heard of them. Nice. What have you got to draw then? One of their players? And their kit or something. What is their kit? Greenock Morton. They definitely sound like a non-league team. No offense to them or non-league teams. That's where it's at these days, you know. Before, they might not even exist, who knows. Clever you mending my computer. It really wasn't that smart. I asked people on Reddit and they fixed it for me, essentially. Okay, let's do some inking. That was a long layer that I've just scribbled in there. That was stupid. And basically everything that I've got on this computer I've had to, especially for streaming, it's not meant for this. So I've had to kind of jerry-rig it a bit, so you run into these kind of problems all the time. Must be Scottish with a name like that. Yeah, maybe. Greenock, that's quite a Scottish name, isn't it? Right, so this image, right, this poster, I want it to be in kind of this sort of style. Hang on. So this is some promo art for Streets Rage 4, which I've been playing recently. It's very good, by the way. This is the kind of inking style, sort of, that I'm thinking of going for, but maybe not quite as expressive as this. Makes sense, chat? So we need to find like a brush for the outlines that's quite thick, but also quite varied, if you see here. It's quite thin and then thick. That's what we'll focus on first, getting those outlines in. Because it has quite fat outlines, this style. They try to link the badge to something that happened in British history. So this one has a boat on their logo. So this one's about the transition from sailboats to steamboats. That's cool. On the right is Scottish, so there are a lot of Scottish teams crammed into it. Oh yeah, they could be, I guess they could be an SPL team, that's true. I'd forgotten that Scotland existed, I'll be honest. Yeah. Yeah. Even though a ton of the players that for the team that I support for come from and go to Scottish teams, so you'd think I'd know. That's too fat, chat. We could shrink it down, but I don't think it's rough enough either. That's more rough. Could be too rough. Maybe a parallel brush? No, that's too extreme. Oh, that's nice. How long is this brush? Is it? I mean, this brush, this book. How long is it? Is it a big boy? Well, it's because I'm looking at brushes at the same time. See, that would be a nice brush if it had transparency the whole way through, like. That would be what I'd go for. A shame. Ooh, that looks nice. Again, it's not all the way through, is it? I suppose it doesn't particularly matter on this because it's digital only. This poster. Of course, Scotland's exists. Prove it. Exactly. Exactly. You can't prove it. There's no evidence. How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Answer me that. Oh, that's a good brush, isn't it? Look at this brush. Oof. Ooh, that's tasty. I think this is going to be the one, chat. Need to find a good weight. Good line weight. It's too much. Yeah. Can it do a bit of both? Yeah, it can, sort of. It's got too deep, I don't like it. Yeah. It's tough sometimes. You got to ask the big questions. I'm thinking too much and that's bad. It hurts the brain, doesn't it? using it. Using it is bad for it. You know what, I don't know if I'm actually sold on this brush. I got so excited at first, and now don't know if it's doing it for me. Well, it's not bad actually. Ask simple questions, please. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Make it easier for yourself. Let all the politicians and people worry about the big questions. That's their job, right? We're just here to draw pretty pictures. And live in sweet, ignorant bliss. So I don't want to go too overboard with this brush chat. It's just for the outlines, the major outlines. So this collar is like, you want to separate it from this, so I've given it the outline. But mostly I'm just going to be doing the outline of the figure. Like this arm is in front of this, so you want to separate it. But I'm not going to draw like any of these lines or this or, you know, this. Ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Sure. How are we doing on sound and video quality and sync and all that stuff, by the way, chat? Is it all working? Or is that another thing I'm going to have to spend the day fixing on my computer? God damn it. Dang nabbit. There's always something to fix. I find this at work as well, John. I don't know about you, but whenever something simple needs fixing, that is like literally a turn it off, turn it on again problem, people panic. They don't know what they're doing. And they're like, oh, Chris, you're good with this sort of stuff. Can you fix this? And it's like, yeah, but how can you not? Have you functioned this long in a technology-based society and you haven't learned to turn it off and on again yet? All good here, looks smooth. Excelente. bum. Man, I hadn't even thought about how much I use my keyboard when I'm drawing. If I hadn't had my keyboard today, this wouldn't have happened. Because even just moving this around, I need to hold down space to do it. So I would have had to go over to here to move this every single time, like that. And then the amount of times that I Control Z stuff is untenable, quite frankly. Also, chat, we've been having a couple of issues with the camera. So I don't know if you're here for that stream where it just cut out one time and then wouldn't come back on, and we had to do the end of it without the webcam. That could happen at any moment, but I think basically the problem is that the USB connection and also the power thing for the camera is really loose. So whenever I knock the cables even a tiny weeny little bit, it freaks out and unplugs, which obviously disconnects it. So that might be an issue with that we just have to deal with for a while. Because that kind of hardware issue is quite an expensive thing to fix, right? Basically, you have to buy a new computer. Like, see, I just knocked my desk then, and it could easily have unplugged it. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember. Remember berries? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it was annoying, wasn't it? That could honestly happen today or next stream at any moment. So be aware, be ready. We also are going to, with this pen, I'm doing this one as I go, but most others after. Spots and blacks. There's not going to be many, but I don't think this style really calls for the many, but there'll be a couple. Man, this is a different lo-fi playlist to last time. It goes ham, this one, doesn't it? It's quite high energy. Almost too high energy. Also, all the ones that I've used claim to be royalty free, and most of the songs on them are, but one or two of them aren't, and it gets flagged when I put it on YouTube. It's a pain in the ass, so I might have to make my own playlist of stuff that I know specifically is royalty free. Because I don't know if they've, since this playlist was been brought out by a company or something. So the rights have changed. It slaps. It does, doesn't it? It's a good one, but I'm just saying, I can see this very easily getting flagged. Like, whoever's making this deserves to be getting paid for what they've made, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have, since this playlist was made, signed with a company who now owns the rights to their shit and will flag it on YouTube. Which is fine, it's understandable. I don't make any money on YouTube anyway, so, and I probably never will, so who cares? It's just I don't know that if you get a certain amount of claims, I don't know if that bans your account or not, which would be a pain in the ass. I could just mute the songs on YouTube as a function that like mutes the sections of copyrighted stuff, so maybe that would be the play. Who knows? Who knows, chat? Yeah, so like I say, we're just doing outlines at the moment, just to get a nice thick outline that will separate the figure from everything behind it. And you'll notice the more streams you watch, the more it's you just do the same stuff over and over again. It's always the same techniques, maybe with a slightly different brush, maybe in a slightly different way. But broadly speaking, you find something that works and you stick to it, right, chat? So I do want to do some streams doing different stuff, but a lot of them are going to be more sort of chilling and hanging out rather than informative, talking through my process, because I can only say the same thing so many times, you know. Although I guess every video is everyone's first video, right? Or someone's first video, rather. So if you all don't mind me saying the same stuff over and again, I might have to do that. I mean, you think about Bob Ross, right? He just does the same stuff over and over again, and people still watch every single episode of that show, so maybe there's a market for repetition. I'm in and out a bit, so apologise if I'm quiet for a bit. I'll allow it, mate. I just appreciate you being here at all, to be honest. Every view is a significant boon, especially at this stage when we're so close to affiliate. Getting those views in is nice, and getting the follows in is good as well, but don't feel over pressured. Would be nice to extend the Fridge Gang. We're only what, 12 followers away. It's always interesting just watching how it all comes together. Yeah, that's good. I hope there's enough interest just in the process itself that there's enough there to keep people in, you know, especially now that we've got the music in the background. If I'm shut up for a while, I hope it's chilling and entertaining enough. I had been thinking about when I get a better computer that can process video and stuff better than this one, instead of just uploading the VODs to YouTube, I might do time lapses as well. So take the whole video of the whole stream and speed it up so that you can watch it all at super speed. Because then you get that kind of sense of how it all works together, but you don't have to sit through 3 hours of me drawing and talking about shit, you know, if you don't want to. Or maybe if we set up like a Patreon or something, maybe that'll be a gift for the Patreon users. Could be an idea. Because that's the one thing that Procreate and iPads do really well that Photoshop doesn't really have a feature for, is that it records all your stuff as you go and gives you a time lapse when you finish, which is just crazy good. Very relaxing sitting and listening to you talk shit. Good, because I do that a lot. So. And it is funny, like, trying to fill space. And there's not much to talk about. That's why I appreciate having the Fridge Gang here. I'll be honest today, chat, I didn't put a lot out there on Twitter and stuff that I was going to stream today, because I wanted to see how that affects viewership. So I literally just tweeted when I went live and put it on Instagram when I went live. And that was about it in terms of pushing the stream today, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects our analytics and stuff. So if you are here, then you know you're one of the real ones, right? And I appreciate you. I think next time I stream we'll go the opposite, right? And I'll share it everywhere. And I'll put and I'll put it up like 3 days in advance or whatever. And we'll see how that affects viewership and stuff. It's all a learning process, isn't it? You know? We'll see. I don't know if I want that to be that thick, to be honest, that faceplate part. One thing that is going to be interesting about this piece, though, that's different to the other ones, is the way we colour it. It's always relaxing. It's already interesting shit. And sometimes silence is golden. Yeah, true. But it always feels so much... Every break when I'm streaming feels so much longer. Like, whenever I'm not talking, I could not be talking for 5 seconds and it feels like 5 minutes. I guess it's because I'm just concentrating so hard or whatever. Oh shit, that was on the wrong layer. God damn it. Don't tell me all of this is on the wrong layer. No, it's not. Okay, good. Few chat. I was worrying then. Some of it still is though. Yeah, so what I was saying anyway, when we colour this piece, we're going to be colouring it in a way that I never do, that I haven't done in probably ever. Because it's going to be this sort of style, right? Or, well, maybe not quite this style, but I'm going to colour it in, which I never do. So that alone will be an interesting thing. So there might be more to see then. And it'll be something that we'll just have to sort of learn together. Chat. As we go. No, I don't want to fill the path. I want to stroke path it. Brush. Yes. Good. And I want to delete the path. Excelente. And that's something that's annoying that you can't see as well there, that you couldn't see the window that I just brought up to do all that stuff, so you can't see how I did it. That's just the nature of the way that Streamlabs captures this window. So I might look into changing that at some point. Otherwise you're just going to have to try and interpret what I'm doing based on what I'm saying. So for example, if I bring up like my brush thing, I'm scrolling through brushes here, but you can't see that because it doesn't bring that window up in the capture, annoyingly. But that's the sort of stuff that, you know, you'll learn by yourself on Photoshop. It's the art, the drawing technique stuff that I might be able to give you more insight on, that you're not just going to stumble upon by yourself, right? Or not without work and research. Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, this is connected to that. Which is connected to the hand there. No. It shouldn't be everything. That's just crazy. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills, chat. That's better. And then we'll do the rest with a thinner brush. One thing that I haven't been doing enough actually of this outline is varying my light weight, which I need to be doing. Need to be doing more of. What are your plans for the rest of the day then, chat? What are you all up to? Anything big? Anything small? Let me know. Okay. I think we're gonna have to do. There's gonna be another stage. Mostly small. It's pouring here, so maybe binge watch something. Yeah, is it raining right now? Oh, it's hard to tell without my glasses on. Not as much as it sounds like it is there. Talking of binge watching stuff, I recently invested in Disney Plus. So I was gonna wait until all of season 2 of The Mandalorian was out and then binge watch that, but there's too many spoilers everywhere all over the internet, and I just couldn't go on the internet anymore without being spoiled by it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll watch it as it comes out. It's really good, chat. You should watch it. But it's funny how Disney Plus is literally just Netflix, but with exclusively Disney stuff. Like their UI is exactly Netflix with a palette swap. Like it's just blue Netflix. Legit best show ever. It's very good. How you doing, Troy? By the way, you alright? Dr. Troy. Sorry, I'll give you your real title. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's so impressive, the new season as well. Like it's such a high budget. It looks like it's crazy how far TV has come that they can afford to make something that huge that looks that good, like looks movie quality. And I don't just mean like looks movie quality, but actually you can tell it's TV. I mean like Game of Thrones, for example. People say, oh, it's movie quality, but actually it's not. Whereas The Mandalorian, it looks as good as the new Star Wars films. Like it looks that good. And the cast is like fucking incredible. Like how do they have the budget to put all that sci-fi in, like all that CGI, and have that cast? It's mental. I don't know how they do it. I guess because it's Disney and it's Star Wars, right? So everyone wants to do it. But yeah, it's good. And they've got some really good stuff on there. Not sponsored by Disney, by the way. Just saying. Fro isn't being restricted by network and advertising. Favorite, yeah. So he can make an hour-long episode, then a 30-minute episode. Doesn't have to fluff up or restrict the story. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's crazy how like not very Jon Favreau it is as well. Like you wouldn't expect him to have made it, but it's very good. Yeah, and I think that's part of the boon of streaming stuff, right? Streaming, like making TV for streaming services, is that it's a whole different ball game. Like you say, you don't have to work out, okay, this is where the ad break is going to go, and it has to be specifically this long for specifically this reason. And it has to be, and every single episode has to be incredibly entertaining, otherwise people aren't going to watch the show. Because you can have episodes that are quite quiet and slow and deliberate, because people mostly binge watch that sort of stuff, right? It's just a whole new world, chat. And it's funny how like so much other media has tried to go that way. Like DC tried to add comics and stuff into their streaming service, and it just did not work. It just suits TV so well. Don't know if it suits other medias in the same way. This is gonna have to be a circle, so I don't really know how I'm gonna go about that. To be honest, chat. Unless we just freehand it. We could just freehand it. Wow, I just could not get that line to work. There you go. What else is a good show to binge? The Boys is really good, but that's sort of like, yeah, don't know if I can recommend that to everyone, right? Because you have to sort of be into that sort of thing to like it. You have to kind of know comic book movies and stuff to get it in a way. It's a bit like when people say, "Oh my God, Watchmen's incredible. You have to go and read Watchmen. It's the best comic book ever." You should all like tell it to everyone that doesn't read comics. Read this. But in reality, you have to know comics to get Watchmen. Like the story doesn't work if you don't already know a lot about comics and the comic book industry. And I think The Boys is a bit like that. It's a critique on a specific type of movie and TV, and it doesn't work without prior knowledge. Whereas The Mandalorian is just a really good show, and all the Star Wars stuff in it is great, and it helps sell it to Star Wars fans, but you can watch it without knowing any of that and probably still get it. Still haven't watched The Wire, Breaking Bad, etc, etc. Yeah, look, I haven't watched either of them either, and I know I need to. Breaking Bad I've tried to watch. I've watched like the first 2 seasons, and I couldn't go any further with it, and people say, oh, that's when it starts getting good, is like season 3 or whatever, and I'm like, if a show takes 3 seasons, full seasons, not just 3 episodes, to get to the point where I'm going to start enjoying it, then it's probably not as good as you think it is. And I'm sure it gets incredible, but I've already invested too much time to go back and invest more time to be like, actually, I don't like this. And it's so hard to go back and watch stuff now because there's so much new stuff that's good that's always coming out as well. I guess maybe now that we've been in with COVID mode for like a year now, stuff's not getting made as quickly, right? So maybe that'll give us more time to watch old stuff when no new stuff comes out. You don't like Breaking Bad? Damn. I could not get into it. I couldn't get into it, basically. I thought, like, it wasn't a bad show. And I like the people that are in it. But it's too much of it is just not very interesting. It's like 5 episodes of nothing for one scene of, oh my god, that was sick. You know what I mean? I just don't have time for that. When there's too much other stuff out there. I think we're going to call it for that brush, because these people are going to be slightly thinner line work. So we're going to use a different brush for that. And there are parts of this, if you look in this thing that we're sort of basing our style on for this, there are parts where the line weight's really thick and parts where it's not as thick, like little bits of heavy. So I might go in with a thick brush and add a couple little bits of heavy in some of those areas. No attention span. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. But also it's like, if I'm going to watch 20 hours of a TV show, I'd rather watch something where I'm going to enjoy the majority of those 20 hours, rather than one where I'm going to enjoy 10 out of the 10, or even less, you know? Especially because there is so much. It's not like I don't have the choice. This'll do. Bloody youth. Not that young, mate. I wish I were. Here is probably a good place for a thick line. And some of the hair, maybe. This is a really nice brush, actually. Look at that edge. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Problem is, it's quite a... It's like a parallel brush type thing, or a palette knife, where it's really thin one way and really thick another way. Well, you can tilt it, but that's really awkward to draw like. Oh, does that thing where, depending on what angle your brush is at as well. So if I hold my pen like straight, a 90-degree angle to the thing, the brush nib's thinner. If I hold it flatter against the screen, it goes fatter. It's quite a nice brush. Bum, 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 bum. And that's again replicating real life, right? If you held a nib like this against like this, it would do that. It'd be thin there and then thick there, or a brush or whatever. That's all Photoshop brushes are trying to do, is replicate real life. Dun, 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 dun. Although I don't know how I feel about this, the way this is turning out now, chat, but oh well. I'm sure it'll look good when we're finished. I think that's enough. I think I'm gonna go. No, it's not. Let's go for a brush type pen. So something that's replicating a brush as opposed to a fine liner, something like this. But let's make it small. We may have made it too small. Well, that's okay. Yeah, this is quite a nice brush as well. It's quite rough. Which we like. Whoops. You may be wondering, chat, why am I going in and doing details on these figures when I haven't even started the ones in the background? I want to make sure that this line style that I'm going for works before I put too much into the rest of it. That's one reason. And two, it's just boring to do the same thing over and over again, so I like to space out the workload to be a bit more varied. Because otherwise you lose interest in the piece and you stop putting as much effort in. And I'll end up rushing stages just to get to the next stage that's more fun. What do they do here in this one? Do they kind of just give it a straight edge? Yeah, they do. Yeah. Okay. Might be a case today of doing these 3 figures and I'll do the rest on the stream. Like I said last stream, this piece is probably going to take a really long time to do. As you can see, there's quite a lot of figures and stuff in the thing, so there's a lot to draw. And it's going to be a portfolio piece, right? So I want it to look at least good. And it's kind of testing and stretching my style a little bit. So that always takes a bit more time than just doing stuff the same way you always do it. But that's okay, this might be a piece that we come back to every once in a while. We don't just cram it. Because I don't know if I'm going to do this next stream. I might do something different. Time is good. Yeah, you got to spend a lot of time on stuff sometimes. And right now, the whole country is locked down. So I find myself with a little bit more time on my hands. Hopefully now with this piece though, we'll pass some of the more boring stuff, right? The inking is where it kind of all comes together. The penciling stage is like, what is this going to be? What are you doing? This looks like nonsense. I should have used the thicker pen for this bit, but oh well, life goes on. Whereas the inking stage is like, oh, that's what this is. Neat. Although, what do you think, chat? What do you prefer to see? I like to, when I'm drawing forwards and bits like this, by the way, just give you enough information that your brain goes, okay, that's a creased up sleeve. Right. I'm not going through and drawing every fold that overlaps in what way it does. It's too much. I'm just going, there's a shadow here, there's a shadow here, a shadow here, and the outer form is this.
your brain should be able to make the distinction of the rest, right? It understands what's going on there. I can't remember if she has gloves or she doesn't. She doesn't, chat. Whoops. So I get a sense of the style we're kind of going for. It's a bit more of a sort of a rougher kind of pointier line than usual, with more variation between the thicker lines and the thinner lines than we normally do. For this one, just makes it a bit more edgy, right, and actiony, which is good because it's a fighting game essentially. So you want that kind of energy. A rougher line will give you that. I don't know if I like that. In fact, I know that I don't. Oops. Yo, what up, dear hats? How you doing? How's your day going? What you been up to? And thanks for dropping by. If you're new, chat, we're working on this poster again. This poster for Saturday Nights, which is an idea for a fighting game that I came up with, and we're just making a poster for it for my portfolio. And today we're doing some inking. And also, I've been having some problems with my computer today and yesterday, so the stream could end at any moment. Just fair warning. If it's a connection issue, I'll just come straight back. But if like my computer decides to forget that my keyboard exists again, we could be in a problem with a problem. Uni and now gym. Good, thanks. Yeah, I'm glad. That's good news. Gym as in at-home gym, or are you breaking the law and illegally working out in a public space? Not trying to out you on Twitch.tv, but I don't think the cops are watching, so you might be alright. Sea of Thieves taking up too much space. It's got to be that, innit? It's got to be. I have to delete so much stuff to download that game. But a lot of it I needed to move onto my external hard drive anyway, because I just had a load of like old pictures and videos and shit that I wasn't using anymore that were just taking up space on my computer. I didn't want to delete because I need a backup of, but there's no point in them being on here, so I just put them all on a external hard drive. Just made room for more gaming. And then I got halfway through the tutorial and my computer forgot that my keyboard existed, so that was nice. I say halfway through the tutorial. I was all the way through the tutorial. I just had like one last bit to do. God damn it. Dang nabbit. I don't know how we're going to transition this one out, chat. Home gym. Outside? I guess it's not raining anymore, but it's probably cold. But I guess if you're working out, you don't really feel the cold, do you? Or are you doing calisthenics? Calisthenics. Aesthetics. Whatever. Big giant weights, so heavy. He borrowed them from me nan. Is your nan a bodybuilder? Is she a big lady? So heavy. Are they really? How heavy? Or do you not know? Is it just some cement that you robbed from a building site? That'd be pretty rocky of you if it was, wouldn't it? Pretty Rocky Balboa move to make that. No, she's dead. Oh, okay. So they're free to use then. Sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. Hopefully it wasn't a weightlifting related injury. But that is the way of the world though, you know? Deadlifting, hence later. Wow, deadlifting, Jake. That is. Sorry, I've talked to you again, but you deserved it that time. Deadlifting. No. No. Not allowed, that one. Are the weights haunted then? If they've had some ghost lifting going on, you know? You wouldn't want that.
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's my B. But stop with the bad puns, mate. And maybe I will. You ever thought about that? Ah. Is it really doxing you though if your Twitter handle is Deer Hats, but your name on Twitter is your actual name? You've kind of doxed yourself there, mate, to be honest. I mean, if people really wanted to find out who you were, it would take them literally one search to get there. Alright, this here is chainmail. Chat, and I'm not 100% sure what kind of style I want to draw it in. I don't know if I want to shade this in black and then draw it in white. It would take people less than a minute, yeah. It would. Well, I suppose I've been doing it in like a second, so. Or do I want to draw like individually each bit like this? Or do I just want to hatch it like this? I think that's the way we're going to do it. So it's more like, it'll be more like plating. Back, hello. How you doing? Thanks for returning. Yeah, so it'll be more like, you know, like how people draw Captain America's like scale mail. It'll sort of be a bit like that, I think. Basically, you're following around the contour of the legs, so it's quite a rounded line like that. And they're quite rounded like this, right? And then like this way. How's it looking so far? This is where we're at. I think today we're only going to be able to get maybe not even these three done. Might just be one or two figures inked up. But it's going to be a long process, this poster, because remember we've got to fully colour this bad boy as well, which is going to take bloody ages. I went really brummy then. I know I am all the time, but it was especially egregious at that moment. What do you think so far, chat? Is it working? Is it awful? What was I in the middle of doing? Oh yeah, this chainmail. Let's make this multiply so we can draw through some of these to separate them. Actually, I want it to be like this.
make sense, chat?
20. Gonna look sick when it's all done. That looks like Saturday nights to me.
Looking good. This we like. Date night. Saturday night. Okay, next bit. This is like the gold trim, right, that goes around the edge of this armor.
This is my first time.
So, if you look at this, see, that's what we're drawing here.
I'm sorry.
Nice. Don't like that. Yeah, fine, whatever. Oh, we've got more of this chainmail here. Because obviously you got to think they've got to be able to move, right? So you wouldn't have arm plating
It was beautiful.
in these areas where they're going to be moving their limbs. So we'll give them chainmail instead. Everything's okay. This one's weird, isn't it? This track. This is the weird one, chat. Very odd having that in your headphones, just whispering into your ear. Oof. Oof. Definitely think we're going to have to come up with our own playlist of royalty-free lo-fi stuff. And just select the greats, you know? All the best tracks. Just straight W's. Thought someone was talking to you. It's really weird, isn't it? It's a weird sensation. I'd rather just have the chill beats and not the creepy whispering in my ear. Directly into my ear holes. It's just odd. Dooby-doo, dooby-doo-doo. That's fine. Alright, we've almost inked one figure, chat. Out of what, 8? So, happy days. God, this line is going to absolutely beat the shit out of me, isn't it?
You can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy.
Oh, it's happening again, shit.
Lovely with eyes.
Robin Williams is talking to me.
It's the weird fourth album where they start to try new things at the moment. It's Green
Simmons' new album. Yeah, he can't write lyrics, so it's all just creepy samples from films. If you don't know who Green Simmons is, chat, it's the character I've been playing in D&D recently. And he is a half-orc bard.
You don't know about real loss. Because it only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself.
I mean, they're good quotes from a good film, but it's creepy in my ears. Yeah, and Green Simmons, basically, every time he casts a spell, he sings a Kiss song. And that's about as much thought as I put into the character, I'll be honest with you. Oh, we've got to do this hand. I forgot about that. Although, Adam, I will tell you that if you're going to be doing the next campaign, or at least the next few sessions, I think I'm going to make a character that is like the complete opposite of Green Simmons, just for a change. Like, I'm thinking like a rogue or a ranger that's just basically silent all the time. Yeah, Purple Stanley was going to be if Green Simmons died in the campaign, I was going to make Purple Stanley as a tiefling bard, because then I wouldn't have to learn any new songs on the ukulele. I could just use the same Kiss songs. It's a great character. It's a good character. Whatever you pick, I'm sure it will be great. Just let us know when you choose. Yeah, I will. I will do. I'm thinking it's going to be a girl as well. Just to really differentiate them from Green. I want like a completely different playstyle. What colour could we do for a Peter Criss type? It'd have to be purple again, wouldn't it? It'd have to be Purple Criss. It's not as good though, is it? But also, the thing that works about Green Simmons is that Green is like the sort of name that an orc would have. Or a half orc would have. You know. Purple isn't really that much of a name. Whereas half orcs just have dumb, like, one syllable names about themselves, right? Like Grog or. I've not got anything else. All I've got is Grog. But you get the idea, right? Pewter Criss, I spelled that wrong. Did you? Yeah, pewter, I suppose. Isn't pewter like a kind of a bronzy colour, or like a? I don't know. Yeah, it's like a kind of silvery bronze colour. I don't think you did spell that wrong, by the way. Oh, it's way more silver than bronze, actually. It just goes kind of browny when it gets old. So what would he be then? Like one of the what are they called? The robot things, the automatons. from Eberron. I've immediately forgotten what they're called, but he'd be one of them probably. Yeah, the new artifact guys. Could be. Could be like an artificer, yeah. What are they called? Warforged, yes, thank you. That. Yeah, he could be a Warforged. We should absolutely do a campaign where we each play a different, essentially a different member of Kiss. And we just be travelling bards of various races with colours for names. We have Pewter Chris, Purple Stanley, and Green Simmons. I'm playing one of our Warforged, and it's great. Isn't that your Calculon guy? Or is that a different dude? So for a Kiss campaign, yeah, it'd be good. We should absolutely, whoever DMs it, should absolutely base the story on one of the like old Kiss comics or something, like Kiss Steal Christmas or Save Christmas or whatever. I'd be so incredibly up for that. Who else is in Kiss? I feel like they're the only names that I remember. But I guess you can play a three-person campaign in it or session with a DM. So we'd only need the three. The thing about bards is good as well is that you can kind of cater them to different styles.
New campaign is lacking in kids content, but hopefully it'll be fun. I assume you meant Kiss content. Just let us know how weird / stupid you want it to be.
Honestly, the Hands in the Sands was a good level of weird, but also like kind of made sense, sort of. Like I don't want it to be all dumb, but don't take it too seriously at the same time. I think it's better when a lot of the dumb comes from the player side. When you're presented with this really kind of serious world that the DMs put a lot of work into. But then you just invent fucking dumb characters that are all fucking Bender or whatever from Futurama. guessing we did chainmail for those parts too, did we? Yeah, we did. Yeah. God, now I've got someone whispering to me in French.
This is even weirder. Does anyone in chat speak French? What are they saying?
Is it stuff I want to be hearing in my ear while I draw? Or is it not?
What you don't know can't hurt you.
It's true. Probably better off not knowing. I think ultimately on that one. So here that line gets all scrunched up and stuff, right? Because it's going over folds where the trousers kind of pinch at the knees. But you don't have to draw much. Just by doing that, you've conveyed that idea. You don't have to draw every fold. Whoops.
They're saying how good the stream is and that anyone who isn't following already should.
I don't know if they are saying that, but I would repeat that sentiment.
How far are we away?
12 followers away from making affiliate. So you could make a real difference today, chat. If you sat in chat and you're not following, you're not part of the Fridge gang. You could get us one step closer. And then I've got subs and donos to link with text to speak, so that'll be fun. That'll give you more of an opportunity to troll me, chat. So tell all your friends. It's funny how hard it is to like translate followers and stuff on one platform to another, right? Because like I said today, I didn't really share this stream at all. I just posted on Twitter when I went live. I'm going live right now. And still people have shown up, and I appreciate you for it. But it's not like I've seen a major, it's not like no one turned up to the stream, which is sort of what I was expecting. So I don't know how much difference it realistically makes sharing stuff. But I guess we'll find out next time, right? Because we'll do the opposite next time. We'll fucking spam everyone's feeds with it. Be really annoying.
I'm feeling this song.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? This new playlist has got some real fucking bangers on it. And I'm very worried that it's not as royalty free as it claims to be, because it really shouldn't. It really shouldn't be. Because like I say, the one I was using before got flagged when I uploaded stuff on YouTube. When I uploaded the streams onto YouTube. So I might have to start muting sections of the YouTube videos where there's songs. Which is a bit annoying. This line here needed to be in that thick pen actually, but we can just mimic it like this. What is this song? Yeah, see, this is from Chill Hop Essentials of Summer 2018, which strikes me as containing lots of royalty dependent music, but whatever. It's fine. I've not been kicked off Twitch yet, so that's a bonus, right? How long are we going for? An hour and 40. Alright, let's do this third figure here. And then we'll call it a day on this one, chat. And we'll have to do the other figures another time. I might do some of it off stream as well, just to get through some of this. Because like I say, this one's going to take a real long time. Unless you really care about seeing the whole process, in which case I'll do it all on stream. It just might be that a lot of the streams are this for a while. Which I don't mind doing because I have got a lot of other stuff that needs doing as well. Oops.
Got all these men writing songs to me. And then I go home and I listen to them alone.
Oh god, it's happening again, chat.
What is it when you
There's a
walk
lady
around
talking to me.
and perform for 1,000 people and you can't be honest with one?
Fuck's sake. getting there. Man, I'm really dreading having to colour this in. So. It's taking me this long to ink this. Colouring it is going to be a bit of a nightmare because I'm not very good at colouring. But that's kind of the point, right? Trying to learn new skills, trying to get better. That's one that we can learn together. We'll do it at some point. Okay. New skills are good, exactly. It's all about getting better, right? It's all about learning new stuff. Every day is the proverbial school day. Is it not, chat? Okay. And then these are like, she's got like ripped jeans, right? So there's like tears in her jeans that connects. Like you have these threads that tie the jeans together, right? So you want to draw them in there. Like that. Okay, this is like it's got like leg warmers on, chat, because it's Super 80s, this thing. Obviously, it's me. I mean, come on. Oh, that needed to be in the thicker pen here again. I am the idiot. We can just try to wing it like this. It'll probably look about alright, I reckon. Good enough. Okay. I think that is what we in the business call good enough. Chat. What do we think? What are we thinking of those three figures? Does it work? Does the line style work? Bearing in mind we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to do. But these are all smaller, and the head in the background is going to be a different kind of deal. It's going to be like faded, and it will fade out into the background. Sweet AF. This is what we like. This is good news. I think that's going to do it though for today. I think if we start on the other figures, we're going to be here all day, so and I have got other stuff that needs doing, and I'm sure you're all very busy people. So thanks for dropping by. Thanks for spending some time with me while we did this and hanging out and chilling. I hope it was chilled and you enjoyed it. Next stream, I don't know when it'll be. Adam, if you're still here, are you up to doing another draw off sometime this week? Great stream as always. Oh, thank you. See ya. Bye bye. Thanks a lot. If you are up for it, Adam, then maybe that'll be next stream. If not, I might do something at the weekend, maybe. I know I said I'd do that last week, but that stuff came up. But we might try and get more of this done. Maybe Friday or Saturday, something like that. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. If you're still here and you're not following already, then please do. It really helps. If you are, and you know people that aren't, then bully them about it. Don't. But yeah, get the word out, because we're getting close. Yeah, and I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Stay chill, Fridge Gang. See you later. Bye-bye now.